Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Please excuse the outfit. I've just had to put a jumper on because I am freezing cold. It is horrible weather. As you can see from the title of this video, I'm going to be talking about my experience with braces as a 23-year-old. And if I sound really like lispy or just sound horrible like mouth sounds, it's because I've literally just had the top braces fitted about 2 hours ago, so I'm still not used to them. I've had the bottom braces for 2 weeks, so I'm kind of used to them, but these ones I'm like, what is on my mouth? So I'll show you first of all, like, sorry, I'm really not used to them. So these are my braces. As you can see, I've had 2 teeth taken out in order to have the braces fitted, which I will go into in this video. But I'm going to talk about how I got my braces, like, as an adult, like the process of getting them done, having the teeth removed, and kind of like, I guess, like any things that I've come across. I've only had the bottom ones in for 2 weeks now, so I don't have a lot of experience, but I have a lot of recent experience with like the initial procedure. So in case you're unaware, in the UK you can get braces on the NHS if you are under the age of 18. After the age of 18, if you want braces, you either have to have really messed up teeth and the NHS will fund your treatment, because obviously if your teeth are like impacting the way you eat, impacting like your speech, stuff like that, then the NHS will cover that. Other than that, you kind of have to pay for braces by yourself, which is why a lot of people tend to go for the more fancy, flashy, discreet versions of braces, such as like Invisalign, or getting the top and bottom brackets, getting them like clear and see-through so they're less noticeable. However, I somehow stumbled upon a grey area, which is kind of a result of the NHS being so stretched and underfunded. I was referred for these braces when I was 17. I'm now 23. So it's been 6 years, and obviously because I was referred when I was 17, the NHS still covers that because I was under 18. So even though I'm actually not under 18 now, the treatment is still covered by the NHS. I did have to pay, you have to pay like a little like holding fee. I don't really know what it's called, but I paid £280 for the whole process, which, considering braces are about £5,000 to £6,000, like I'm happy to pay £280. But with getting them on the NHS, I have no choice what they look like. I have no creative freedom. I just have to accept that I've got these massive metal splodges in my mouth. So yeah, that is how I ended up getting the braces. And the reason I was referred so late is because my dentist just didn't really seem to be that concerned with my teeth, and I used to say all the time, like, I have a really prominent overbite, so I can't really show you as much now because obviously I've got the braces on, but I will insert a picture. My top jaw, when I close my mouth, completely covers my bottom teeth, and also my front 2 teeth stick out, like the front 4 teeth even, they stick out quite a lot. Sorry, I just had to pause the video because I want to make sure that I don't keep looking into the wrong place when I'm filming, because I'm filming on my phone, so it's really easy to just kind of look to the side all the time. So sorry if I'm doing that. So yeah, it was an issue, and it was like really affecting me because my jaw, just like my top jaw and my bottom jaw are not like in line. So my bottom jaw feels like it's a lot further back. And just the whole, I hated my front 2 teeth. These 2 teeth are so annoying because it's like, they just make the rest of my teeth look crooked, even though the rest of my teeth are pretty much straight. So my dentist was like, okay, we can refer you now, but like, this was only a few months before my 18th birthday. They're like, well, we'll just refer you now, because if we do this now, it doesn't matter when you get them, like the NHS will fund it. So yeah, after my 23rd birthday, I got a phone call from the orthodontist, and they were like, hi, like, would you like to come for a consultation? I completely forgot I'd even been referred. Like, every now and again I think about like Invisalign and stuff like that, but I just can't be bothered to pay for it. And then I got the phone call for the consultation. I was like, oh my gosh, I forgot I was even referred. So yeah, that was in January, and then I had my consultation in February, and basically they said like, yeah, we'll put like 2 metal braces on and take 2 teeth out. And I was just so like, yeah, literally do whatever you want. Like, as long as the end result is straight teeth, I don't really care. And he was a bit like, are you sure? And I was just kind of like, yeah, whatever, just take my teeth out. I have had my teeth taken out when I was 8. I had 2 teeth taken out at the back, and I just don't remember that experience. I feel like it was fine because I don't remember being particularly affected by it. I know they put me to sleep for that, and I know I felt a bit disgusting like when I came round, but I don't remember having any problems. So my perception of having teeth removed didn't affect me. Then I booked my appointment to have the bottom braces put on because I had to have no teeth removed at the bottom. That was absolutely fine. Literally like a little bit of pressure. My teeth felt quite tender and quite like sore for a little bit afterwards. And to be honest, even now, it's been 2 weeks, they do feel a little bit like, I don't know, I still don't really want to bite anything like too hard because they do feel really tender. But the worst part of this whole thing is having my teeth removed. Oh my god. So 2 days after I got the bottom braces, I had 2 teeth pulled out. And again, I wasn't nervous. I didn't really care. I was just like, yeah, whatever, like it's one of them things. I don't have a very good pain threshold, but what I do have is like a good mindset. And I know that like a procedure like having your teeth removed at worst is gonna be horrible for like the half hour that they're doing it, and then afterwards you've just got like residual pain. So I'm not going to go into a massive spiel about like having my teeth removed because it honestly, I could make a whole video on that, but it was just horrible. This tooth snapped, so the root snapped inside my mouth, inside like my gum line, so they had to go fishing around to find the root in my mouth, which was horrible. You can just feel all this pressure. Like I couldn't feel any pain because obviously they numbed me. The pain didn't bother me. It's like the pressure and all the noises, and I know that they're just drilling in my mouth trying to pull this root out. Horrible. The whole day afterwards it wouldn't stop bleeding, like literally, even though I was constantly biting down on this gauze, it just wouldn't stop bleeding. And this side of my mouth was kind of fine. Like it was obviously uncomfortable because it's just had a tooth ripped out of it, but like it came out fine and it didn't hurt that much. That whole week was horrible. I barely ate because I was terrified of getting dry socket, which I found out today I had dry socket anyway and I didn't even know, so it can't be that bad. But yeah, I hardly ate. I was living off smoothies. I just had no energy. I woke up like 4 days after the extraction and my mouth was pouring with blood, and this was on the good side as well, and I was like, how has this even happened? It was just an awful experience, and my dentist did nothing wrong. It's just, I don't know, like my mouth didn't want those teeth to leave, so it was fighting. And I did actually go back to the dentist like just under a week afterwards, and they like rinsed everything out with saline, and he just said like I've got a really slow healing process and that I need to be more like vigorous with the salt rinses. It's been just under 2 weeks since I've had them taken out, and to be honest, like they feel fine now. The last few days have felt fine. Like I don't really mind if like I'm eating and a bit of food gets stuck in there because I know that I can like rinse it out. Whereas a couple of days ago, if I got food stuck in a wound, I would like put my knife and fork down, run upstairs, rinse my mouth. Like I just didn't want anything affecting it. But then today, the lady that did my braces told me that I've got a dry socket here anyway, so she said it'll be fine because it's basically healing now anyway. So yeah, that was traumatic, honestly horrible. And then this morning I went to get the top braces done. I would definitely recommend, obviously, I would definitely recommend if you have the opportunity to have kind of a big gap between getting your teeth pulled out and getting your braces put on, just because it's going to be so sore, like if you've got a fresh wound there and then you've got the braces on. So I waited just under 2 weeks and had the top brace put on this morning. Yeah, it felt a lot more uncomfortable than the bottom one, I think, because obviously I've got 2 holes here that are like still quite kind of fresh. That didn't help, and just because my teeth are bigger and more crooked at the top, like they've got to move the wires around a little bit more. So yeah, I do have quite a bit of a headache today because it's just like, it just feels like someone's like pushing on my face. And there's a man, there's a lorry dumping a skip outside the window, so I'm just gonna pause because it's gonna be really loud and annoying. I'm too impatient to wait for him to finish, so I'm just gonna carry on. Sorry if you can hear like noises. So yeah, that was kind of like the procedure. Honestly, not that bad. Like the few days after my extraction, I wanted to cry and hated everything, and it just was horrible. But it ends, like every day ends, and it'll be fine in the end. Like additional points I want to make. So, do I care about the fact that I have massive, unavoidable metal squares on my teeth for the next 2 years? Kind of. Like, obviously it's not as discreet as Invisalign, and it's really obvious I've got these, and yeah, I feel like a toddler. Maybe not a toddler, like I feel like I look about 15, but I just kind of don't care. Like, this was basically free, and I know the long-term result is gonna be good, and it's solving something that I felt insecure about for 20 odd years. So a couple of years feeling a bit, I don't really care. And people don't even notice after a while. Like, obviously, initially people will notice, but I just don't care. I feel like I should care. Like, part of me feels like I should care, but I just don't. I'm more embarrassed about having like greasy hair or anything like that. Food-wise, that's something I've struggled with the most, just because it's so hard to like find mushy food appealing. I think initially I was quite like, oh, this is so exciting, I'm gonna make so many smoothies and like have like fried eggs and all this, but like I just want to crunch something. Like, I just want to eat something crunchy. Hopefully like in a few weeks I'll be less sensitive in my mouth and be able to eat more. Like in terms of like hygiene and stuff, I do have to have a lot more of like a little bit more of an intense like mouth washing routine. So I don't use an electric toothbrush anymore, just because that's so like hard. Oh, that's another point I want to make after this. When I had my bottom braces put on, they put some like blue hard plastic on my top back molars, and I think these are called bite blocks or bite turbos, and basically it stops your top jaw and bottom jaw from like completely connecting, so it's like a barrier between your two teeth, so that you can't like chomp all the way down. And that was because some of my teeth, if I'd have shut my mouth fully, would have knocked the bottom braces off. These things were so annoying because you can't bite with your back molars because you can't fully close your teeth. And obviously when I had the top ones taken out, I was really limited with how many functional upper teeth I had. So I was almost like chewing with the roof of my mouth and my tongue, which was just so annoying. But I accidentally knocked both of these bite blocks off with a water pick flosser. So I told them today and they were like, you don't need it anymore anyway, because the teeth that were going to hit the bottom brackets got pulled out anyway. So yeah, I've been using a water pick flosser, which you can get on Amazon for like £30, and I have got like a specific brush for braces, and I put it on the soft setting, not the hard one, because the hard one is what knocked the blocks off. I put it on the soft setting and just like make sure that I'm really getting into like where the brackets are and stuff, because I flossed before I had braces, so I don't want to like lose that element of cleaning. Yeah, I use like a soft toothbrush now, mouthwash, and then I'm still doing like the salt rinses, just because I've had so many issues with the wounds in my mouth. Like, I want to make sure that I'm still doing salt rinses. I'll probably do them for like another week, to be honest, just because the idea of getting food in an open wound just makes me feel ill. But it only takes like 5 minutes to do all that, and I quite like it. It's like an evening mouth routine. I clean my teeth after every meal, but obviously that's because we're in lockdown right now. Like, I'm not out and about when I'm eating. Don't know how I'm going to survive when I'm like going out for food and stuff like that, but we shall see. So that's everything so far. I feel like I will do quite a few like update videos on this, because I feel like it will be interesting to see like how my teeth change. I'm excited for the outcome. I'm also kind of like worried, because I'm like, what if it makes my mouth really flat? Because obviously I've had 2 teeth taken out. Like, I don't know. I'll be excited for these gaps to disappear and for these two to straighten up a little bit more. Yeah, I feel that's everything to say. This has been kind of like a really impromptu video. Like, I'm literally sat on my bedroom floor. But yeah, hopefully it's been interesting, and subscribe, because I will probably do like update kind of videos. Yeah, thank you for watching.